What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to the Red Corner. It has been a while, but we're back just in time to go away again for Christmas.
So right on time.
Yeah, right on time. What's happening, gents?
Good man.
All good, all
Good.
good, all good, man. It's been a crazy season.
Mm.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah.
It
How's
has.
it, gents? How's it? You guys have summoned me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
need you to speak for your account for yourself here.
Yeah. No, you've got a lot. You've got a lot to answer. It feels like I know it's not strictly true, but it feels like the last time you were on was still during that Liverpool 5 wins out of five, like that
Yes.
era.
It was high.
It was
My man was floating.
What's happened, bro? What's going on? What's going on there by Anfield?
Honest lot. Like, that's literally it. Honest lot, Richard Hughes. Terrible, 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 terrible football people. Honest lot purely because he's spineless. Richard Hughes because he doesn't know what he's doing. Like, I can't believe he brought in a football director from Bournemouth. Like, I actually can't believe it. Like,
No, guys, this is a league-winning manager. Eh? You guys need to respect. You guys need
no,
to respect Slot, man.
I don't dispute that his tactics are great. I mean, when we were five in, his tactics were still good. Like, they were okay this season. Like, we weren't like a standout team this season so far, but we were winning. And that's all you want your manager to do. So you put up with like the 60% boring matches and all that stuff for the win. You take it. Like, we the type of people who had enjoyed great football and then come like sit. So we will take the W's now. Like, we played great football under Klopp. We didn't win and all that stuff. So that was what Slot was for us, where it was just like, okay, he's going to be the winning guy. It doesn't matter how it happens, just win. Last season he won. He was using Klopp's team, yes, but he was bringing in his own system, and it worked. Then this season is like Richard Hughes and Slot basically got the keys to the kingdom. They signed really great players, but then now it's like it almost feels like Richard Hughes is the one who's like, okay, Slot, you're gonna play this way now. All right, I want you to keep Salah here. I want you to do this and this and this. Because it makes no sense why and it should have told us something actually, because we didn't season towards the end of the season where he was just benching him a lot, not playing him a lot. And that's because he didn't want, I believe he didn't want to trigger the clause that would be paid over to Benfica, which
Yeah.
sounds like a Richard Hughes thing where he's in his ears like, hey, dude, don't pay. Which is probably what's happening with Chiesa.
What about that Michael Edwards chap? Wasn't he the savior who came and he was going to fix everything?
No, I don't doubt Michael Edwards' data, but he's not. The last time Michael Edwards was in Richard Hughes' position. Now Michael Edwards is basically running a much bigger department than just recruitment.
Mm.
So he's now where not even Ian Graham was. He's like the big
Yeah.
boss. So I'm not
Yeah.
looking at like the big boss to still be.
Big boss is accountable. He's
No, of course,
accountable.
of course. No, of course.
But
Of
let's
course.
bring
But
it
what
back
I'm
to the
saying is
pitch. Let's bring it back to the pitch,
Yeah, man.
bro.
None of this explains some of that dodgy defending. Come on, I'm just like listening. I'm listening to you, and waiting for the part where you tell us.
Explain us how that leads to a Virgil van Dijk twerk.
Yeah, I need to understand. Connect the dots, man.
I actually don't think Virgil's been that bad. I think Virgil is more worn out than bad. Like, I mean, if you look at the clowns he's been playing with, especially and namely Konate, it you can't do it for a whole season at his age anymore to be like
Mm.
Like with Ronaldo, you can see with Ronaldo, they go score. Please hold on.
Yeah. One thing about Virgil,
Yeah.
what I'm seeing.
So what I say is, with Konate, for example, if you take Cristiano Ronaldo and Cristiano Ronaldo, or Messi now, they walk around for most of the games, but then the impact when they impact. Virgil's at that stage where he's still a great defender, he's still a gold, but you can't expect him to be playing like he's playing with Lovren or he's playing, with bum guys. Like Konate is supposed to be the guy who's there now doing the grit work, and he's just not.
Would you guys say
He's
you
purely
ruined
immature.
Kirkus? Did you ruin Kirkus?
Yeah, sure did.
Gakpo is ruining. Gakpo is ruining Curtis. Because Gakpo is not feeding it. Like I feel bad for Kirkus because he's basically doing sprints after sprints after sprints after sprints, and all this guy does is just cut in and shoot. And it's not like he's shooting and getting it on target. No, like he's just shooting for the just so he doesn't pass to Kirkus. It's like, to fam, like, do you understand? Like, if you could just overlap and just let Kirkus cross his ball, and I'm sure Isak can get over the 5 goal mark, like, you know,
It's
but no, like it's just poor decisions happening
it's
right now, and it
but
feels more than just football. It feels almost political in the sense where it's like the top office is having a lot of a say over squad selection and tactics, which is
but
why I'm saying Slot needs to go there.
yeah, but like I mean, you look at your team. There's so many people. Like it's almost the whole team is underperforming. Never mind all
Mm.
Yeah,
that. Like let's look at it from the back. You've got Kirkus bad,
Mm.
Konate bad, Virgil. Virgil is still good, but he's not at the level that
yeah,
he was at. So he's like
Mm.
normal now.
yeah.
Right back. The
Fred-
thing about right back is it doesn't matter who it is. You just know that whoever's playing right back is not doing what they're supposed to do.
exactly.
Well,
Yeah, you
Frimpong
guys
is
and
always
you
injured.
and you guys laughed off. You guys need to. I think we need to get an apology to Trent on the record, man.
Yeah.
For what?
Come on, man. You guys, because towards the end of Trent's time at Liverpool, there were lots of like fingers pointed at his application. He can't defend. He
Mm.
just attacks. Turned him into a midfielder. In hindsight, that might have been a bit. That criticism was misplaced, I would say.
How does the ball travel from the back to the front? How does it travel now?
Well, I don't think it was misplaced at all. Like, to be honest with you, the squad, I'm genuinely happy with the squad we have. I just feel like for the squad we have, it almost feels like they were preparing behind slots back, almost like they wanted someone who was gonna
Mm.
steady the ship and then get him fired so that they can bring in someone else. Like, and
But
it
he just
feels
won the
to me
league. What do you like? He just won you the league. So like,
exactly.
what kind
It's
of
a bit
plan is it?
confusing.
Like, yeah.
It's a bit confusing.
which
Yeah.
feels like the contradiction that's happening up top, which is the confusion that's happening across the club, the fans, everything. But it does feel like the higher ups are basically stoking the slot fire in the sense of saying, don't worry, just stick by your tactics, do this, play these guys that you want, don't play these guys, we're gonna get rid of these people. Like almost like they're briefing each other. So slot kind of has to balance that out, but also at the same time, it almost feels like they're preparing for a chubby. You know what I mean? Like in the way they were signing players, they weren't signing players in the sense of, oh, we're going to keep players that slot needs, like Luis Diaz or whatever, it feels like chubby. Yeah, I get Luis Diaz wanted to leave. Okay, cool. But then you can't then leave Gakpo, Ngomo. And then if you are gonna leave Gakpo, then you definitely start Ngomo because he's the guy then that you clearly then are saying, okay, you can be our Lamin. But don't start Gakpo like in what world do you start Nani over Ronaldo? You get what I mean? Like, and actually, that's disrespectful to Nani. Like,
That
in what world
comparison.
do you? Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
that's a rude.
terrible
Yeah, that's a
comparison.
rude one. That's a
Yeah,
rude
like
one. Yeah,
Still got
yeah.
like
the
in
king
what world do you start Nicholas Bendner? You know,
Yeah,
Nicholas
thank you.
Bendner over
Thank you.
Thierry Henry. You
That's
know what I
right.
Yeah,
mean? Like,
that's more appropriate. Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, but you know, guys, probably there's also that element that probably Slot has been found out, and it started also last season,
yeah, because he kept
and
on
it's
snitching on
mainly
himself.
yeah, because it's mainly drying up the supply or the effectiveness of Salah, and once that is done, it's like what's the next plan, and that's what they've been trying to figure out.
Mm.
And yes, they've been grabbing those wins, and I was always complaining to say I do not know how these guys win these matches.
Mm.
Yeah.
But now it has come to a stop, I guess, and he's still trying to figure out where to next. And it doesn't help signing Verts and Isak for that amount of money. It's like it's pressure already on you.
It's the double O
They've
016.
given you the goods, the players. Yeah. You don't spend that amount of money and you struggle. So that pressure is also counting as well.
Yeah. No, it's crazy. I mean, like there's some like even some of the guys like McAllister, like he's fallen off a little bit, kind of playing
Gravenberg,
Gravenberch. Yeah,
he was like killing it last
yeah.
season.
So wait, who's actually playing well? Let's say Ekatika and
Sabasly.
Sloboslai.
That's it.
Who else would you say is like
Mm,
playing
That's it.
well? Like,
and for me, it's harder to judge because it's when we say who's playing well, I'm gonna look at now in the system. No one is obviously playing well. Not even the people you listing, except for Hugo. Hugo's obviously balling. Sobo is got games, more games where he's hot than, but then he also has off games. But that's a systematic thing again. It's what I was saying when it's like in the beginning of the season as well, where it's just like which is why I was at because I thought this is what we were going to do, where we were going to play a diamond, where it was going to be an Isak and a Salah up front, for example, and then like it can be even Hugo and Salah or whatever. It doesn't really matter. But those two then having Vert in behind, and then having initially I was saying McAllister and uh and Gravenberch, but there's no ways I would put them there. Like I would now have a Soboslai and maybe a Curtis Jones and then a Gravenberch holding or Endo, but Endo's too slow. So that's the issue that we're having right now, where it's like he's too stubborn. We're going through Amarim, oh no, like now we experiencing the stubborn man, stubborn man and all that stuff. It's just like we
what
just gotta suffer
what
through this. Like we don't have to.
Gravenberch TM, the best number 6 in the world.
No, I
Is
still
that
look. Look, Gravenberch, I will double down on it. I think he's been having a good season, relatively speaking. Like it's the same thing that I was looking at Virgil, where it's like you have to look at everyone who's been playing around these guys, and it's crazy when you look at it because in the midfield he's holding it down. First of all, Soboslai is always in the opposition box. Yes, he's also in our box as well, but he's never in the midfield. Like he's in the two boxes. You know what I mean? So that already creates that gap in that midfield for the better and for the worse, where it's just like, okay, so who's covering this space? You know what I mean? And then you have McAllister who just refuses to run right now. He's just like, okay, I'm not going to tear a hamstring before the World Cup. It almost feels like everyone is just trying to get this World Cup over the line, or they're trying to get their money until they go to Madrid. It just feels like no one's heart is there this season. Maybe it's the tragedies, we don't know. Like whatever. But at the end of the day, they're professionals, so it can't be an excuse either. So for
Yeah.
me, I look at Gravenberch. Let's say just take him alone. You know, in the beginning of the season, Curtis Jones was still doing what Jones used to do last season. He hadn't matured like how we've been seeing in the last three games. Where he was still just trying to just beat everyone and lose possession and all that stuff. And then Soboslai, as I've already explained, had his numbers of great this season. McAllister doesn't want to run. You can't play him with Endo. then also when he's having a really good game, you have Slot out of the blue just deciding, okay, cool, I'm gonna take off Konate and I'm gonna move Gravenberch to centre back, and then it becomes a whole new um, confidence test for Gravenberch. Whereas it's just like, why did you start with Konate every single? Like it all leads back to Konate. It would feel like I'm picking on. It honestly would
You
feel like
guys,
I'm picking.
he's in that Onana role at Liverpool.
Like honestly, the whole
He's
season,
in that.
I've been
He's
watching
wearing that
every single goal
scapegoat.
we've conceded this season, and
Yeah.
every single goal. I'm not joking, guys. Go check it out. Every single goal Liverpool has conceded this season, bar the deflections, and even then, if you go a few moves back, you will see a Konate um, contribution to the nonsense that creates that goal. Like and he just keeps playing him. He just
Yeah.
It's
keeps playing him.
You
it's a
guys should
crazy one.
Yeah.
Kunat is he's a solid guy, isn't he? Didn't he like rise up to like captain at France and around the World Cup? He's like a serious defender. How is he just turned into this guy? Like it's a crazy one as well.
Madrid. It's the same thing that Trent. It's the same thing that happened with Trent. Trent just became an assist merchant in the last 3 seasons of Liverpool, and that's because he knew from the moment he signed the last contract with Liverpool, that he signed it for 4 years first of all because he knew that he was going to leave and for free to Madrid because it's just how they. And then ever since then, all he cared about was just crossing. He didn't run. He didn't track back. He didn't, the same thing Konate been doing.
If
You know what
only,
I mean? Where
yeah, if only there was a certain guy from South London.
Yeah.
he's with Adolf. Try and be Adolf. It might come to us. Oh my goodness! I will stop watching football.
Wrapping up on your side of the world.
Mm.
AFCON, after AFCON, is Mo Salah coming back?
Yeah, no, definitely. He made enough noise. Like it was very obvious. It was very obvious what was happening, but not too many people were reading into it, which is why Salah had to speak the way he was speaking. They were trying to force him out. They were trying to sell him because they overpaid. Collectively speaking, for all the players, while keeping other players, Virgil and Salah on higher contracts. That like they broke protocol. Liverpool has always been that wheeling and dealing smart. They
Cheapskates.
broke
Say it like it
protocol.
is. The cheapskates.
So they broke protocol already with those two, and then they doubled down and broke more protocol by splashing so much on players who I believe we deserve anyway, and we should have that kind of a player, as champions and stuff. So I'm not going to regret any of that. But yeah, so now it almost feels like the John Henry was calling them. He's like, well, you're not winning, and you guys spend my money, and I gave you guys just access to my money. So what's the plan now? If you're not going to win anything, how am I going to get my money back? And it's almost Salah thing. You know what I mean? It feels like monopoly when you owe someone and you just like, to just take
that,
my
that,
property.
that brother will never spend again. You guys have been talking about how tight he is, and then he goes and spends, and this is what he gets.
Yeah, the Glazers, they might even use Liverpool as an example. They might punish you guys as well. They might be like, what, spending doesn't work. Let's just wheel and deal.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I think this has been a lesson for a lot of people where it's just like, if you're gonna spend, you have to spend smart, which is we did, but then you also then have to be ruthless and then get rid of, the like Slots could work with Klopp's players because it was a family,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
but then he can't work with a squad of superstars.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And he can't create that. That's where Klopp needs to come back. You get what I mean? I feel like he has that personality for
Yeah.
that. where
Yeah.
Slot can coach Klopp's players, but Slot is not at Klopp's level to the point where he can coach those top guys and manage them. I feel like.
Yeah. In a nutshell, Hade, love to see it. Love to see it though. The Mr. LG is not here, but let's class on like just the rest of Premier League quickly before we invariably get United. Arsenal, they're 2 points ahead now. There was a point where, like, I think there was a match week where I remember LG was quoting saying he's 7 points away from his nearest. There was a point where, like, I think a win was going to take them 9 points clear or something like that. And slowly but surely, they've just been fumbling.
It's Arsenal.
Yeah, 2 points ahead. City has quietly been just chowing, just working at it. And Flip, Arsenal, actually, if Arsenal had drawn against Wolves, damn it, they would have been, City would have been top, actually. Now, look on goal difference. Goal difference. Yeah.
City has not been quiet.
Yeah, when you say City, you know, we mean Haaland, right?
Yeah.
He's just like a one man. He's a one man wrecking ball, and then ultimately, is that not the difference between the two teams? You know, the one team has a striker that's banging them in. The other team has this guy who was the other team has the preseason hype machine. You know, that's nowhere to be found. And I think that's my biggest gripe with Arsenal, and I'm not surprised that they're in this position because that guy is not scoring goals, man.
Yeah.
Not doing what he was brought to do.
He's not doing that. He scored. What did he won that Ballon d'Or prize? That Gerd Muller, best striker in the world. Haaland's like, you can have all of that. Don't worry. I'll show you when it starts. But no, it must be sad for him because they really don't play to him. They don't. So he's just like, feels like he's just another guy. The rest of the team is doing this thing. There's this one band on his own mission there. Like,
But then if they keep messing around, it's gonna cost them the league, right?
Yeah. And then what of Arteta now? Because like now it's like how long can you give him the credit of he's turned us into like a proper team? Like, how long does that last? At some point, this proper team has to do something. So,
No, it has
How
to be
long did
this
it last
season.
for Wenger?
What's this? What about Wenger?
How long did it last for Wenger after the
Till he retired.
Exactly. Like Arsenal are loyal. They're very loyal to that elephant that keeps falling, that annual elephant.
Yeah, I suppose, but they had the excuses. Oh no, we're building a stadium. We're not spending because the money is going there. Blah blah blah. Arteta's spending. This guy's spending proper, and they've got a good team. They were talking about how much depth they've got earlier this season. It doesn't matter, Gabriel Saliba go out. We've got Mosquera. We've got Mangma, Hincape. Blah blah blah. Let's see now. See now. Yeah.
But they Arsenal. That's the issue.
Yeah.
Like you can't do like I don't know how to put this, man. Like it's like Tottenham. Tottenham, I thought finally this season you guys are going to be a serious team. Like, but then at some point it just clicked to me.
It's just you remember who they are.
It's the history of the Tottenham.
You just Tottenham.
Yeah. So,
like,
will be interesting. Yeah. Go for it, James.
No, I was just going to say again, from the beginning, I always say this in every season. It's Pep's league to lose. Obviously, last season was a blip for him, and for me again, it's his league to lose. Yeah. So it's not even the greatest City side, but you've mentioned Haaland as well. Chekri as well as finding pockets of form here and there. Foden looks like he's
has come
up as well. So
he's
he's
fighting for that World Cup spot.
You know what I don't want to happen. We've been waiting for 115 for a long time now. What I don't want to happen is for Arsenal to fumble naturally, right? And then like City wins it, and then 115 comes in, and then now it like say point deduction or whatever,
Yeah.
and then Arsenal win the league that way.
Yeah.
That's what I don't want. But yeah, you wonder whether this result will ever come out. This 115.
No, they must wait 2 more years. Like they must actually just wait. Like they must get in line. Arsenal must get in line. Like there's too many teams that have like suffered because of that 115. Like just wait. Actually,
there's a young dark horse there in third place. Good evening. Good evening is there. He's 3 points away from top. He's just quietly, and it's crazy. I remember like the first 5 when Liverpool was doing that 5 wins back to back. They hadn't. I think it was 5 games without a goal or something. They were struggling just to score a goal.
They struggled.
Like, and it's crazy.
Like Newcastle in the beginning, I remember they were struggling for goals.
Yeah.
But then look at Newcastle now. You know, Newcastle, they had the season where they were punching above their weight, really performing at this level, and then they eventually fall off. So it's kind of like with these teams that make this, you know, these teams that you expect to be just outside the top, and then they force their way into like that brackets. The question is, how long can it last?
Yeah,
always the question. How long can Villa? Can you really take Villa seriously as like title contenders? You know,
I hope so.
And they can't even boost their squad in January as well because of the FFP. So the smartest thing they did was to lock Rodgers down, because there was all the talk around, will it be Semenyo, will it be Morgan Rodgers who goes to Liverpool, etc., especially with that Harvey Elliott deal, etc., etc. So which is probably like the smartest thing they did, where it was just like, okay, we're gonna bench Harvey Elliott now. We're not going to trigger this buy clause. We're going to lock with Morgan Rodgers, and probably they were showing them clips of like, do you really want to play for this fucking Liverpool team? You know, and then he signed that contract.
Speaking of Semenyo, you mentioned Semenyo there. He's been in the news lately. It seems like he's the hottest property of January. His release clause kicks in. Is it 65 million pounds?
Yeah,
something like crazy money. Yeah, and it's I think something like it's valid for the first 2 weeks of January or something like that, and then it expires. So I think he'll definitely be on the move. He's linked with us. He's linked with City, with Spurs, and with Liverpool. I almost just want to.
We know where he's going.
He's not. I don't think he's going to Liverpool. I don't think he's going to Liverpool. I don't think we spoke to him in the summer. It sounds like it was all but agreed with him, but like they wanted 80 million, and we were like, nah, we're not doing 80.
That's crazy money.
Yeah. City's there, but now you've got the Pep thing. Is Pep gonna be here? Is Pep not gonna be here? What City without Pep? Like, how does that change the dynamic? So it's the question mark there. I don't think Spurs is in the race. Look, Liverpool's in the race. I'm not saying you guys are not in the race. I'm just saying that I don't think he's.
This is one race I really don't care about right now. Like, yes, we need the Luis Diaz replacement, but more than anything, just bring me Gay. Just bring me
Gay is already Gay is busy with the Spanish lessons now. Forget about that guy.
I would love it. I would love if that happened, bro. If that happened, I would love it.
You know,
they really butchered this, but anyway,
but it's ironic that there's still every time transfer markets open, it's always forwards who are kind of like the most heavily linked and stuff, but a lot of these teams actually just need defenders, man. A lot of these teams need to like fix it at the back. Everyone's got forwards, man. It's just
defenders who like to defend as well, not defenders who want to come alive when it's a corner and get their goal.
It's hard to whisper in his ears though, like when speaking about defenders, what are you telling him? My guy, you're gonna be the best wing back, the best left wing back in the league. What are you, bro? Yeah, But we'll see. That's one to watch. That's one to watch.
Yeah, I really wonder City, like what happened to Mamouche? Because it's that thing of if they're in for Semenyo and Mamouche, they signed him as well. He was a hot thing. Now we don't get to see him at all.
Yeah.
And I wonder if that's the guy they're going to replace him with, if that's indeed who they want as well.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah. That'll be interesting, but we'll see how that goes in January.
Yeah,
Chelsea.
Mamouche is Egyptian, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, yes.
Yo,
So they're
that's
both.
hectic. Him and Salah there
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
Egypt. Yeah. Well, we'll see. So
Who's-
he's also going to be at AFCON.
Yeah. So wait, who's City losing for AFCON? It's just Mamouche.
Yeah, it should be just Mamouche.
Yeah, Shaky plays for France, not Algeria.
Yeah.
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 It's just Mamouche.
Just
Yeah,
Mamouche.
Pep doesn't, dude. We all know Pep. Pep doesn't play that. Like he doesn't play that AFCON game. Like he will have you for 3 years, and then 4th year you'll find yourself gone.
Yeah, I think this is the last AFCON that happens mid-season. Eh? They were saying there was something about AFCON moving to the summer as well.
This one was supposed to be in the summer. It was someone. I think it was FIFA who forced it to happen this time, because the last one was in the summer as well, and then they forced this one to be.
Oh, because
the last one I think was in June.
Yeah.
The last one was in Jan. It was in Jan Feb. The last one.
Was it?
Yeah, Jan
Yeah.
Feb.
Yeah, I think it was supposed to be in the summer though, but then they were like a World Cup, and then they
World
moved
Cup,
it away. So probably the next one will be. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
But that was sad for our guys, because I mean, you want to play in the summer big tournaments, like we can't help it. Like I get it if it's in the southern hemisphere, then yes, you can make it in June or whatever, because it doesn't really get crazy cold. But then like when you're playing northern, like surely you play like summer. It's summer. Like you want to play football, like a tournament in the summer.
Yeah, well, I suppose for AFCON it would be winter for us, but yeah, point stands. So we'll see. Cool. That's Arsenal, Chelsea. Maresca is taking his.
Yeah, we were touching on this Maresca thing. I need to understand. How does this make sense, man? How is that guy dragging his bosses, man? That guy.
So some people are like, no, it's because I heard a take. They're like, no, because at Chelsea they've got 2 sporting directors, most, no? And then they've got big shots in every position. Like they've got a big physio guy, a big whatever, and all those guys have meaningful input. So like, I think like you're really like your head coach role is like diminished into a thing. You've got all of these dynamics. I think Pochettino was complaining about some of them, like your power sort of like stripped. And then there was the thing as well, it's about money. He was brought in on a certain salary, but like now he's the champion of the world now. He's whatever. He wants to be respected. But I don't know. These are just things people are throwing around. Yeah. But it was just a bomb that he said. It's like
yeah. I'm not even surprised, because like the Chelsea model has changed since Abramovich left, and also that big disclaimer of the type of players they sign. It's like they are building to something, and probably he's now at that point to say, guys, I just need these sort of pieces. But no one's listening to me.
The players, yeah. But it's like you knew this before. We all know Chelsea is just a permanent project club now. Like football stopped. Football stopped at some point. After Abramovich, Chelsea have never really been like football club. It's just Project FC.
Didn't they say those Clear Lake guys, they run a thingy, what do you call it, man, for retirement fund thingies? They control like retirement hedge fund kind of thing. So that's where the project has become earning money for this fund. Yeah. That's why it's just a
Chelsea's a
revolving
front
door.
now.
Buy, sell, profit. Buy, sell, profit.
Yeah, but I think those comments are so kind of like they were so random. I think the question that I think the answer he gave was to a question about the game, or about it was so random.
Yeah, he was trying to figure out where am I gonna spend this one.
Yeah, so and then it's like why would you do such a thing? That's just gonna derail everything, man. It's like, why are you starting something?
Yeah,
it's just so random.
he just
It's hard.
He hit them with a. I just think it's funny that like
yeah, it was a bit of a crazy one.
Yeah.
Do you think he'll be there by the end of the season?
Well, since Ornstein says he's on City's list, I suppose it depends on Pep and what's going on there.
Pep is going.
Yeah, I think so. And I wonder if Pep going has anything to
But
do
why are you guys saying Pep is going? What's feeding? What's feeding this story?
This is his, in my opinion. Was it 2013 when Fergie left you guys?
Yeah.
He dipped. He was like, "Hey guys, I stole it. I'm out." Bye.
Yeah.
This feels like that season for Guardiola, where it's just like he's not motivated, but he's also watched, Slots basically, do what he did, and he's just like, oh, okay, I guess I can't just leave the way I was leaving, and then it's almost like he took the personal motivation to be like, what, to hype himself up, especially when he was doing that whole thing of saying it's a long, long season, where he spent like 2 minutes just saying it's a long season. And that's when I knew, okay, this guy's winning the league. Arsenal doesn't know what they're in for. We've been through this twice. Like when he starts chatting like that, we know what's about to happen. Like these guys are going to the locker room, they're going to get injected with some untraceables. They're gonna come back banging. Phil Foden is banging out of the blue. Everyone is just like banging goals right now. You know what I mean? Like Savinho's chowing that bench, like he won't sniff it. Like Shirky now versus Shirky in October. Up two completely different players.
They got him to stop eating the donuts.
Yeah.
So Clem, for your benefit, they were saying that David Ornstein reported Chelsea is basically starting with contingency plans in the for next season in the event that Pep leaves. So
can they take slots?
It seems like. And there was a thing as well where they were like, now Chelsea is unsure about Maresca's future, so they've told Oliver Glasner not to sign a new contract because they're like, just keep your cards open.
Yeah, because he's also been complaining, but at least for him, you get it,
Yeah. He apparently wants the United job. I'm sure you wouldn't turn down a Chelsea or whatever if they came through. Any other team, you wouldn't turn down Liverpool either. So
I pray he does. Like I don't want to football. Like let's take the whole Gahey episode aside. I wouldn't want Glasner's football in Liverpool. I don't want that nonsense. Like it's such nonsense. Like that guy is literally balancing by three guys. Like it's like Gahey at the back.
Just bitter because they've become Liverpool's bowling team. Man. Wow,
exactly.
Those are like some strong,
and
unprovoked shots.
He also said as well, like his preferred formation is 4-4-2. He's like all of this other stuff is. Yeah, he says all of this other stuff is just the guys I have, so I'm playing this at Palace, but that's not my preferred. So yeah, he'll give you a 4-4-2 diamond there with your players.
At what cost? At what cost?
Cost of your pride. Anyways.
Yeah.
Anyways, to the red side of Manchester. Yeah, it feels like so much has happened, bruh. Feels like so much. There was a point where that guy was en route to getting his hair cut. I think we got to 3 wins in a row. Was it three in a
Yeah.
row? And then was it Everton that chowed us? There was a 1-0 Everton 10-man.
10-man, yeah.
Yeah, that was so annoying.
Yeah.
That was bad, yeah.
That was terrible. And then we went on, and then there was the
West
Palace.
Ham. I think it was West Ham as well. And then Palace and West Ham in there as well.
Yeah. I think did we beat Palace and then we drew West Ham, or was it the other way around?
Yeah, we beat Palace and drew against
And
West
then
Ham.
West Ham.
Beat Palace, drew West Ham.
Beat Wolves, drew with Bournemouth. So it's like peak inconsistency. Like peak.
It's kind of like we're sort of like removing the L's from our game, but now it's just like a bunch of draws now, mainly, and we're still dropping points nonetheless. But what do you guys think? Where do you guys assess where we are now?
You know, watching these games, the one thing I think I can't believe how much we missed De Ligt and Maguire. Two guys I think I may have taken for granted.
The Ligt was fire though. I get
Yeah.
it. It's props, but yeah, it's insane.
That's one thought. Yeah, that's one thought that I get. You know, when I especially these points drops, I'm like, you know, we actually at least we're beginning to see who our best players are in certain positions. You know, we're beginning to see clearly that there's some guys, you know, Euro, Heaven, great guys, but they might still be too young to be the guys.
Yeah, you know what the problem was, especially in the Bournemouth game. On that, you could see that they didn't have anybody who could like marshal the defense and whatever. You've got two young guys. I mean, Heaven's not even 20 euros, like 20, 21 max kind of thing, and just rookie mistakes.
Casemiro's being hooked at halftime as usual, you know, or he's being hooked.
Agree, you know, he gets his customary
yellow card.
Yes.
So that might actually be another thing that, you know, we need to address, is like the profile of players, you know, United need. You do need those like solid leaders, guys who can rally the guys. That might be something that has just gone missing in, you know. Yeah,
it's crazy. I mean, earlier back in the year, and I suppose we know our burning problem at the moment is midfield, right? We know that's our burning, because like our combinations are. Feels like they're all like iffy. Look, I think our starting combination is Bruno and Casemiro, but like whether that's the ideal, don't think so. It would be great to put someone next to Casemiro, free up Bruno to go up front, right? Baleba, that guy now, since he was linked with us, he's also doing his own thing there now. So it's like January is coming. Do you still want Baleba? Is he the guy who's gonna come and knit it all together, or like is he showing that, hey, I've got a little bit of spotlight on me now, and now I'm choking? How much more is he gonna do it when he's with that red shirt? You know, it's. And now we're chasing Semenyo now on the side. It's yeah. I don't know. AFCON is here. We lose Mbumo, Ahmad, and Nazraoui. So actually, let's just solve for this now. There were rumors about 4-3-3 before, and I think in the Bournemouth game as well, he started like different phrases. You could see he was trying to start moving away. He had a flat back four like a few times, kind of thing. So we'll maybe see that 4-3-3 now in the next game against Villa, but if it's 4-3-3, who are you putting in? Because Casemiro's out now. So what? That's Ugarte, Mainu, and Bruno as the three.
Yeah.
In midfield.
I mean, what are his options?
And then you've got Cunha, Sesko.
Well, that's quite good.
Zexi.
Look, I mean, Zexi has to feature in some capacity.
Yeah.
Don't you guys
and Mount and we still have Mason Mount.
Mount. Cunha, Mount, and Shesko. But Cunha and Mount are now both left.
Although, considering how the season has gone, Zexi and Mainu need to get some game time so that they can either prove that they belong, or when they're back on the bench, then it's like, guys, you got your chance.
Speaking about Kobbie Mainoo, the hot topic, free Kobbie Mainoo. I forgot about that. And it came out today. Ben Jacobs, I don't know how much credibility you give to him, but he came out today and he said that Kobbie knew that his brother was going to do that with the shirt, and his brother was sort of speaking on his behalf. So Kobbie basically co-signed that message. Where does that leave us now with Kobbie Mainoo?
Hey, guys, I've got no words. That is childish behavior.
Yeah.
That's the first thing. Besides that, like again, this boy is 18 years old, played in the Euros. He is good enough. He's ready. The system that we are playing, it's that thing of there is no space for him. And I've been number one vocal to say you can't play your best player as a holding midfielder or whatever position it is now in Bruno. That is Kobbie's spot. But again, in the same system, where do you put Bruno? And Bruno's still delivering the numbers, even in this deeper role where I still feel like it's not the right role for him. The system must change. And I'm happy AFCON is happening if it forces the change. And I'm happy that certain defenders are injured. Maybe it's also forcing the change. But the short gist of it, the boy is ready. We know it. He must just be played, full stop. But he mustn't resort to this childish behavior sort of free Kobbie Mainoo and this. That's just childish.
No, but guys, I think, but Amorim's principles might be right here about no single, it's like no single player is supposed to be. The system has changed because the system's not working, not to accommodate a player. You know what I mean? So it's like there's a principle element that I'm not mad. Every time and the Kobbie Mainoo thing seems to get him on edge. Like in the press conference, he's like, "You guys like Kobbie Mainoo, doesn't mean I have to play him." And it's like, okay, that's true, but I don't think you have to be that spicy. People just want to see. This is a sensitive topic.
Yeah.
So, but like in principle, I understand. I like Kobbie Mainoo. No beef against Kobbie Mainoo, but like. The manager, he's an 18-year-old kid, man. Like, I don't believe he's fully proven, consistently that he's ready to occupy. We were just talking about Euro and having the young guys not ready. I think Mainoo might be in the same category as them. So there might be something about it that I'm not completely mad at.
So the question of that, right? So like, I hear what you're saying, and I don't necessarily disagree, right? But when it comes to the point where, okay, this guy now is like, he's fed up. Because face it, right? Put Kobbie Mainoo at Chelsea, he's going to play, right? You put him at many other clubs, actually, he's going to play. And it might just be because maybe those squads are more matured, as like there's balance, there's, he can fit in. Because you put Kobbie Mainoo in a 2, even if you start him with Casemiro, you still want to struggle. Kobbie Mainoo needs to be in a 3. Because there's certain things that you're going to ask him to do that he's not going to be able to do for you, right? He doesn't have legs like that, right? He's got other skill sets. So it's like, so for him, for Kobbie, he's going to think, well, screw this. I can go and play elsewhere, right? And I can start like now, be a starter and kind of thing. So it's like, as the club, do you back the manager to the point of losing Kobbie Mainoo, being a club that like youth is a big thing, and this guy Mank born and bred, basically, like, do you back him to that extent? Or at some point, if Kobbie starts making noises loud enough, do you say, "Hey, chief, just like make a plan"? What do you do?
But we started off this whole conversation talking about how the problems with interfering with the managers, the problem with outside voices interfering in the manager's work. The manager has to be the one he must live and die by the sword. If this is what he wants to do, then, That's
Yeah.
it.
But it
You know?
also feels like it's a season for stubborn coaches. Like all these coaches keep defending their nonsense. Like I'm yet to
I think
see
we'll have to,
like all of them are just like defending and doubling down on the
yeah.
most nonsense
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
Because then we're going back into the conversation of player power. This is just a player,
Yeah.
you know, and we're supposed to be moving away from that
Yeah.
from that thing.
I hear that fully, and I agree. I don't even disagree, right? My problem is I've been hurt by a bold bastard now who has made executive decisions that have screwed us. And then number two, the ideal. I fully buy into the ideal. But Amarim as well, like is Amarim the guy you get behind like that? Like
Yeah.
because it's like my guy, I'm not sure about you. I don't know if you are the guy. And then it's like, but I mean, I suppose as long as he's here, then you must back him, I suppose, or otherwise you must make the call. So I guess it is what it is. Yeah, but I mean, transfer window's about to open. KOBBIE is going to ask to leave. He's already doing
Yeah.
free KOBBIE.
But he's not leaving anyway. We don't have players. Where's he going?
so he's like,
going
"Please,
anywhere.
you don't want me to
Let him
leave?
go to
You're
Napoli.
not playing
Let him go
me."
cook.
No, who's gonna play in midfield, dog? He has to stay.
He has to stay and collect his 20 minutes.
No,
Wait,
but
do you guys still have Phil
AFCON is
Jones in
going
your
to-
books?
No. He's
Oh,
retired.
thank God. Like
No, but AFCON is going to open up. I think this whole conversation of should he leave, should he not leave, by the first week of the window, I think there will have been enough games, enough opportunities for him to play. I think it'll be a different conversation.
Yeah, I'm worried about our right wing. That's the only place I'm worried about.
Yeah, no, it's because what is he gonna do? He's gonna put Dalot at right wing back, and
Remember, Mount is a jack of all trades kind of guy.
I think
Yeah, guys.
I think in this, if he doesn't change to 4-3-3 in this system, I think you put Dalot there and then you put Bruno as the other thing. It's not ideal, but like
Look, and Dogu's also he's also around the squad as well.
hey, I'm losing faith in Dogo too.
I think my boy is still adapting. He had a
Yeah.
good start, but
Hey,
he's finding Premier League difficult.
People were even being like, "Isn't Dogo going to AFCON?" Like, how do we make him go?
Chevy lost confidence. The boy is good, but final product.
Yeah.
But at least you guys had like a month of joy. Like after like all these seasons of nonsense, at least you guys had like a month. Shame, it was nice in that month.
All I know is I look at the log and we're ahead of the champions. So that's something.
We'll
It's
take
something.
that. We'll take that.
But what pisses me off is that like the league is so shit, man. If we hadn't fumbled, we could have even been. Let's see, West Ham. Let's say Everton was a fumble. Bournemouth was a fumble. West Ham was a fumble. That's 2 points lost from West Ham, 3 points from Everton. That's 5.
7 points.
7 points. 7 points puts us in third, tied with Aston Villa. 3 points off top. It's just and we're gonna regret these moments.
Yeah, no, it's and also the problem with the course of a season is like you get to a point where it's like if you have too much ground to make up, you're not going to get into that conversation. So if we find ourselves towards the end just with top 4 just too much, just out of reach, then it's these 7 points that we left behind just before December, where it's like, and now you're stuck in like your Champions League season ends up being a Europa season, and it's all because of a period of inconsistency.
We've proven we're consistent with one thing. we're consistent with not being able to put a run together. That we've proven beyond a shadow of a doubt we can't do that. So yeah, you're right. You're right. If we're having to make up ground now, it's all right. It's good.
And we've proven that we do not know how to take our chances.
Right.
Okay, but do you wait? But you know what the question is for me. I'm more stressed about not being able to defend a lead. You know, sometimes there are some teams, or you get teams that get to a point where it's like 1-0, sharp, cool, shops closed, we done. But like with United, it's like 1-0, and it's like, okay, the roller coaster starting now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like how does like the system or the mindset or the mentality mature to the point of, okay, we're ahead, that's it. You know, to the other team, forget about it. You guys aren't coming back here. You know, but it's like we're forever open. It's like we're forever gettable. It's like
even with our fully fit backline,
yeah,
like we're still gettable always.
It's like United scoring means nothing. You know, United scoring means nothing. It's like, okay, the game goes on. Let's start again. Let's continue.
Bruh.
You know,
the last game was the best example. Like we were all over Bournemouth. It should have been 3-0, and randomly they get a chance. It's 1-1, and then again we get the second goal. You think that maybe we'll hold on to the league, and then just like that again, we give them a goal, and next thing they're ahead, and we're like, oh, Jesus. We went from indominant to now we're trailing and chasing again.
And then in that game, there were a couple of moments of immaturity from Heaven, where like picking up the wrong positions. Luke Shaw at left back, that one, I can't remember what number goal it was, but like, bro, they just like, but then he's out of the game, and then they go score.
Luke Shaw has low key, high key, just been cruising around, man. You know,
that's what he does, though. That's what he does, though. He's just like under the radar, just like
it was low key to every United fan. It was only low key to United fans. Everyone else always wondered, why is this guy still on the books? Like for years, like why is he on your book? To the point where even earlier on I was asking, you guys still have Phil Jones, right? Like you guys have had a few of those plays over the last 6 years where you actually find out like 3 years later, like, oh, he's still at United. Like, what are they doing there?
We've had that, but to be fair, we've wanted Shaw out for a while. Phil Jones, just on that, I'll never get over this. Phil Jones was injury prone as hell, and then Ed Woodward was like, no, let's give him a new 5-year contract because he wanted to sell the value of the club to sponsor. So he was like, if we give him a 5-year contract, it increases our book value, and then our value is more. In that 5-year contract that he got, I think something like he played like 1 game or something like that, 2 games max. He was injured the rest of the 5 years. Bro, you paid a man for 5 years for nothing.
That's Joe Gomez, by the way.
Well, so we'll see, Ben. We'll see.
So you know, it's, you know, we talk about United not taking chances, but we're scoring 4 goals. There's a high conversion rate here. 4 goals. We've scored 4 goals in the past 2 games. 4 goals in each of the past 2 games. That's a high conversion rate of chances, you know. But it's like, when did we become such a chaotic defensive team, man? Like, it's complete chaos, you know.
Do you not think that the defense has given way because of the attacking? So you guys are basically like throwing kitchen sink at it, and because of that, there's just more gaps. I know that that's basically been what the issue for us since we started going on those streets where it was just like, you guys just go and attack, you know, and then we'll see what ends up happening at the end of the game. Do you not feel like that's basically the game that all these stubborn coaches have basically subscribed to now? All of a sudden, it's just like, just play.
I remember saying this like a few pods ago. We're playing basketball. That's what we do, bro. I think we were just explaining. It's gonna be 4 threes. It's gonna be 3 twos, and like under Amarim. I think that's just who we are.
I suppose you know, if you look at it, I think that the issue is just perhaps, you know, protection of the back, you know, of the defense, you know, from midfield, you know, like the defensive part of midfield. is still lacking for United.
And
Like
Bruno's a big
Bruno's
thing.
doing great.
That's not Bruno's instinct, right? So you've only got Casemiro there. Casemiro gets a card every other game, and then they have to take him off. Ugarte has fallen off now. So if you can get someone next to Casemiro, I suppose Casemiro is our starter. You can get someone who's defensive minded or more defensive minded than Bruno and more positionally disciplined. I think you can reduce some of that.
But from the way Amorim set it up, there's only space for 2 midfielders in this team. There's no Bruno Casemiro plus another. It's one of those two. Casemiro needs to, we need Casemiro from like 5 years ago, basically. In that midfield too.
If we had a Kante, man, or someone who can eat up ground, man, someone who can, that would be. But I think, look, let's say you get a DM in, whoever it is, Bruno moves up. You have to bench one of the big signings. You have to.
But Bruno's not moving up. I think Bruno's done. Hey, like Bruno's a full-on number 8 now.
So you think Baleba comes in for Casemiro?
I think then you start winding down on the Casemiro chapter, because Casemiro's always been like a temporary fix, and then it's like Casemiro Chief skip every other game. Because I think Casemiro's contract ending.
They are in talks with him. They want to extend, but only on if it takes like a massive pay cut. So there's talks ongoing.
Yeah, and I like Bruno in his position. I think it's actually working out.
But he's part of our defensive problem because he vacates, and then.
But he's not. But he's But in the midfield configuration, you're not looking at him to do the heavy lifting defensively. The other guy in that too should be doing the defensive work.
So here's the thing: Baleba.
He has more license.
He has more license. Sorry, it got off a bit. He has more license, sure, but does Baleba run like that? Can you do that? He's not then the guy. Adam Morton. Maybe Adam Morton's the better fit, but
then this is what
do you have the money for Adam Morton?
On the list of like people to come in, we're already looking at people from the outside, and it's like
the solution is the money for Adam Morton. We've got money for him in the summer. We don't have money for him in January. We'll see. We'll see what goes. But to close off, I think we're at the hour mark now. I think to close off, the festive season, 'tis the season, and as we know, with New Year's with New Year's Day, resolutions often come. We know they always fall off, but that's besides the point. So, I want to go around here, give you a minute to think. But like, if you had one resolution you could make for your club in the new year, what would it be? There's a few United. I don't know, Fuzz, if you want to start. One thing you could change for your club's New Year's resolution to save.
Just have a redo of the season. Take us back.
Take
us back.
Change the manager.
5 out of 5.
Change the manager.
Something that you can really do and go and apply it and whatever. Change the manager is a thing. Like
I would change. I would make an example. So if my resolution would be get Slot out for being weak, get Hughes out for being too interfering, and then get like Carragher and all those other ambassadors who have too much staying power, and all the journalists and all that stuff that create that negative environment around the club. Right now, the club is very toxic. It's very galactical. It's very toxic with lots of eyes. Get that whole culture out of the club. And in fact, my resolution would be bring Klopp back, actually. It's so simple.
We just spoke about keeping it real. Literally.
Jimmy Carragher's a problem, bro. That guy. It's always the whole Salah thing. It felt like he was busy stoking the fire, like one man.
Honestly, like
It's like he's in a
they
competition
weren't
with
doing this
Gary
when Klopp
Neville
was
there.
there.
Yeah. Cool. From a United point, James, what would your Man United resolution be? New Year's resolution.
Not much. I'm just going to be realistic. I just hope the directors learned a lot, especially Sir Jim Ratcliffe, in a sense of manager picks and transfers. All I just want is Amorim, please go to a 4-3-3, get us top four, make us dream in an FA Cup run. That's it. I'm not expecting any signings. Let's just finish the season with these guys that we have. Bring in Shea Lacey, let KOBBIE Manu play, and let's see what happens. That's all.
Free Kobe Minu, man.
Free
Just
Kobe.
let him play,
That's his
man. Just let him
resolution.
play.
Free Kobe Minu.
What? Okay. Well, I'll get back to my question. Clem, what's your
Yeah, I think
resolution?
for me, what would be nice to see is just like there's been a lot happening at United. You know, Amarim joins, it goes down, comes up, it goes down again. Just the level of consistency, man. Just 1-0, 1-0, 1-0, 9 points done. Like just
That's too
that
boring.
no, that's what we need right now. I was actually going to use the word. Let's just be boring for a bit, man. Let's just be, and I feel like it just gives you the base. It's like you're doing this whole rebuilding thing, and it needs to just stabilize at some point. It can't just be like chaotic, you know. So I wouldn't mind just a period of like just stability, just a little bit, just to consolidate on things, all the gains, because then it's like we're at risk now of taking steps back. All the gains that we've got now, it's like Aston Villa and Newcastle. Those are like scary looking games given the past three results, you know? And this is where it's like you just want 1-0, 1-0, 1-0. Keep it boring, keep it simple. Just phases of just consolidating, you know? No funny business.
Yeah, you're asking a lot from that manager of
That's
yours.
all you want. That's all you want, man. Just keep it simple, you know?
Yeah. So yeah, I think mine, and I suppose that's the danger of having three United guys is we all really feel similar. I think for me, is for the dude to change the damn system. I think it's for in the Bournemouth game, actually, as much as like it pissed me off and all of that stuff, it was the first time in a long time you felt Old Trafford like being excited again now, because like those the whole
Facts.
swashbuckling football kind of thing, and I was like, okay, that's a little bit more United, because all of this other stuff, that's not Man United. That's never been us. Like we'll never be a possession based team. That's not who we are. It's not. We are on the wings, fast pace, attack, attack, attack. That's who we are. So it's something that goes back to our culture. And even if it means, I know it contradicts your one nil boring. I don't think we've got that in us, anyways. But like, I think more of that. Change the formation or change the mentality, even if you're staying in your formation, to like be like in Bournemouth. There was a point where I was like, I can't remember the last time we had this many attackers on the pitch. It's normally like 7 defenders and like
Yeah.
3 attackers. Now we had like a bunch of attackers and we're just throwing forward. So either that, yeah, 4-3-3, or change your mindset and like let's go for it. We can't defend either way. So it's just hard.
Just to ask, what do you guys feel about? Because you mentioned Old Trafford. How do you guys feel about City basically being now officially the team of Manchester? I mean, the Etihad is now also hosting the World Cup game. Old Trafford is not hosting.
No, but
You know,
the reason Old Trafford is not hosting is because there's they
well,
pulled
it's
out
Euro.
because no, because there's renovation stuff, there's potential building of whatever. So uh they they didn't pull out. I mean, they pulled out for that. That was the actual reason. There was uncertainty around things, so they didn't put it forward. Uh City B, I don't know, man. City, who's City? I don't know. I don't know about saying. I don't know. Your question doesn't make sense to me, Fuzz. It doesn't make sense to me. And I think on that, that's a perfect place to call it.
Yeah.
It's been a good
cheers,
one.
cheers, gents.
Cheers.
Good festive season. Like,
Yeah.
subscribe, press the button, the like button, the subscribe button, the bell notification. Click all the buttons. Click the buttons. Yeah, we're gents.
Yes.
Cool.
Cheers.